Hello to all my beautiful viewers out there. Today, we have to talk about something that I didn't anticipate. I didn't actually see this coming. I didn't see this being announced at all. I'm kind of shocked. I'm actually kind of shocked. Today, we've got to talk about the Air Jordan 1 Low DIOR collaboration. Yes, guys, so I think it was back, I'm trying to recall. I think it was back in December. We got the Air Jordan 1 High DIOR collaboration showcased to us at their pre-fall 2020 catwalk show thingy, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, that. We got it debuted at that. We got to see it. It was shared all over Instagram. The internet blew up. They were like, this is the most bougiest Air Jordan 1 to ever release. This is crazy, this is ridiculous, it's going to cost so much money, and yeah, the scheduled release and the estimated retail price definitely confirms that. It's going to be a very expensive Air Jordan 1. I think it was the better of the two major design collaborations with sports brands towards the end of that year. We obviously had the Prada and Adidas collaboration towards the end of the year, and then we had the Dior and Jordan collaboration. Out of the two, if you watch my video, if you haven't, subscribe to the channel and go watch that. But I did do a video on the Adidas Prada collaboration. I thought it was very lazy. I thought it wasn't exactly a good use of Prada designers, because really all they did was slap a couple Prada, logos on it, and they were like, we'll make it in Italy and we'll make it expensive. At least with the Air DIORs, the Air DIOR 1s, they're a little bit better, like they incorporated the Dior iconic branding on the swoosh. They changed up the wings logo, the Nike Air logo. They at least did a little bit more. They did that. I gotta say, the thing that I am most impressed with about the collaboration is the use of the branding on the tongue, how they like embossed the Dior branding very subtly onto the tongue of that Air Jordan 1. That's the part that I really am impressed with. The rest of it was kind of expected, but that little subtle detail, that's what I like. That's it. There's just those like little subtle details they've done that you won't really notice unless you, really look at the sneaker. Anyway, talking too much about the highs, talking about too much of the highs. What has happened is over the past couple days, we have had announced to us that we're also getting a low version. Now, I was worried. When I heard that we were getting a low version, I was like, okay, does that mean it's going to be a non-OG version? But from the images that I've seen, Jordan Brand doesn't want to release a single Air Jordan 1 Low OG in 2019, but then Dior comes along and is like, you know what? We're making you release a low OG. Because technically it is a low OG, but anyway, we should dive into the images, we should dive into what we have, and what I have for us is, as always, we love to do it on the channel, a Hypebeast article for us to have a look at the images, the details, and everything like that. So, without further ado, we'll do as we always do and head over to the Hypebeast article to have a look at the upcoming release of the Air Jordan 1 Low DIOR collaboration. And here we are. So, as you can see, it's like the top image for some reason is showcasing the high top version. I don't know why Emily, the writer of this article, decided to go with that, but you know what, we'll deal with it. It allows me to show you some images and talk about it. So this is obviously the high top, and the article is titled "Get a First Look at the Dior X Air Jordan 1 Low." Just 4,700 pairs will be available. Now, I can't remember the stock levels of the highs, but I'm hoping that that's discussed in the article. I can't remember if that's more or less than the high tops. We'll just have to see. So let's read the article and see what it has to say. We first saw the Dior collaboration with Jordan back in December in the form of the Dior X Air Jordan 1 High OG. Now we finally have a glimpse at the rare low top version of the highly anticipated Kim Jones designed sneaker. The high top was revealed as part of the Dior men's pre-fall 2020 show in Miami. Just a month later, Parisian photographer Carl Hab has taken to Instagram to show off the low top version of Dior's Jordans spotted at Danyal Arsham's Paris exhibition. Like the Dior Air Jordan 1 High, the low version features Dior's popular oblique motif on the Nike swoosh, along with the panels of Dior grey and cream throughout the shoe. The low top maintains the co-branded Air DIOR tongue, Air DIOR on the tongue, ablit with the emblematic Jordan wing motif, which has been edited to say Air DIOR instead of Air Jordan, which I think is a nice little touch. It's a nice little touch. The low top version of the DIOR X Air Jordan 1 will be even more limited in supply than the high top iteration. That's what I thought. Okay. Yeah, just 8,500 high tops will be available. That's what I thought. So to put that in comparison, I recently covered the Air Jordan 1 85 highs. They're not a collaboration. They're just a normal Air Jordan 1. Well, they're not. They're an Air Jordan 1 that's being made the same way as the 1985 pairs were. We're only getting 23,000 pairs of those, and those are going to be extremely limited. The DIOR high tops we're only getting 8,500 of, which is ridiculously limited. 8,500. Hypothetically, if they were to make them all the way up into a size 17, that means less than 1,000 pairs per size, which is crazy. But that's the appeal of it, I suppose. That's going to be the major appeal of the DIOR Jordan 1s, is the exclusivity of it, you know? Like, not everyone's going to have it. When you see it, you're going to be shocked. You're going to be like, oh my god, it's here. Anyway, so 8,500 pairs, but only 4,700 low cut versions. That's even less, which is crazy. That's absolutely wild. Let's dive in to see what else they also have to say. In homage to the launch of the Jordan 1 in 1985, while only 4,700 low tops will be sold, the latter number honors the launch of Christian Dior's new look in 1947. Now, I don't know much about their new look system. I don't know a lot about Dior. I'm not going to front about that. A lot of high-end fashion brands I don't know a lot about. They've only been introduced to me as brands because of their, their icon, because they're icons. I don't know much about their collections. I've only recently been paying attention to high-end fashion collections. So the new look that they're referring to in 1947, I unfortunately don't know a lot about. But if there are a bunch of Christian Dior fans watching this video at the moment, I would love to hear from you experts what it's all about in that comment section below. So if you do know what the Christian Dior new look from 1947 is, let me know in that comment section below. Come shout at me on Instagram if you want, or on Twitter. Whatever's easier for you to shout at me at, let me know what it's all about. Maybe the comment section's easiest for you guys. Either way. Both the DIOR X Air Jordan 1 high top and low top will be slated to launch in April 2020. So they're going to release at the same time, or at least in the same month. The collaborative sneakers will be sold exclusively at Dior stores throughout the world. There you go. So they're not even getting like a Nike or Jordan like store release. It's exclusively at Dior stores, which I've never been to one personally, but I can imagine there's lines, security, there's going to be, probably like income checks, like how much you earn a year, can you even spend money here? If that's even a thing, I don't even know. But yeah, no, this is going to be ridiculously hard to get. Instantly, we can see which ones are the low-cut versions in this photo here because it's got white laces, unlike the high-top versions, which look like they have grey versions. Now, even though the high-top versions are technically high OGs, and high OGs, as I've discussed on the channel, always come with extra laces, I'm unsure if the DIOR ones will come with extra laces or not. I can't imagine it will, but I might be wrong. They might actually supply extra laces, but the high tops come with grey laces and the low cuts come with cream laces, we'll say. Now, here's a better look at the actual DIOR low Air Jordan 1s. So it basically uses the same motifs and branding techniques that the previous pairs used. You can see the DIOR swoosh here. You can see DIOR Air on the tongue. I don't know if the same DIOR branding has been embossed into the tongue. It's quite hard to see from this photo. Now, I was incorrect in saying that the laces were white. Now that we've got a better look at it, they are cream colored. As you can see, it's not as white is. It's more of a cream colored, tiny little tint of yellow. Same with what looks like the actual toe box as well. So it looks like there is no white on the actual shoe besides the midsole. It looks like it's primarily cream on the upper. Unfortunately, there's no close-up photos, so I cannot see that detailing, but here's a couple more photos. So there's the highs there with the grey laces, and there's your little boy over there with the low cuts. Yeah, so it literally is just the high top version sliced off. They just cut off the high top bit and made it into a low and put some cream laces in it, and bing bang boom, there we go. And they also made it more limited. They made it a lot more limited than the high top versions. That's basically the major difference. There will be a bigger difference in price, I assume, because on top of the high tops using more materials, you know, obviously being a higher cut, I can imagine that the low cuts are going to get a massive price reduction. I don't massive, like maybe like $200, maybe. I don't know how ridiculous the retail price is going to be for these bad boys here. I think I saw last time it was estimates at like $2,000. So the low cut versions might be like 1,800, maybe if on a good day 1,500 they might be, but I have doubts. They might even be more expensive because they're more exclusive. Who knows? Who knows how Dior's going to price this? Also, I did mention that these were high OGs. How can I tell that these are low OGs? How could I tell that these were low OG Jordan 1s? There's no Jumpman on the tongue, a very good sign that they are OG. And the other side, you can see a Wings logo on the back of the heel here, and it's at the top of the heel. All the non-OG lows have the Wings logo about in the middle of the back, or if not down below. And you can also, I'm going to assume, even though we don't have photos of it, I'm going to assume that the Wings logo at the back here is the same as the Wings logo on the highs, and it says Air DIOR on it and not Air Jordan, obviously. All around, it's okay. The DIOR Jordans are okay. I'm not scrambling to get them. They wouldn't be my first go-to. I would honestly be more interested in Jordan brand retroing the neutral grays from 1985 than I would with these DIOR Jordan 1s. These just seem like the more bougier exclusive versions of Jordan 1s. Jordan 1s are already exclusive enough, so I don't know. I don't really buy into Jordans for the exclusiviness, so I don't really care too much about this Jordan too much. Oh, just another detail that we should probably touch on as well. The outsole of the high tops has Air DIOR on the bottom of them in like an icy sole. Let's have a look at the one lows to see if we can get an idea that that's the case as well. Okay, so we can just see on the bottom of the outsole here that it looks like it is, I literally just said it, icy. We can see that it is icy here as well. So I'm going to go on a limb here and assume that the outsole on the highs is the exact same as the lows. As I said, I think that this low is literally just the low top version of the highs. That's all they've done. They've just cut it down to the lowest height. I'm actually very happy that Kim Jones has decided to go with the highs and the lows and not touch the mid, because you know how I feel about the mids. They weren't released to the public back in 1985. There's some arguments that that Michael Jordan himself wore them back in 1984 and 1985, but all the pairs that I've seen that he wore, all the game worn pairs, have 9 eyelets. They just look a little bit squished because he literally played basketball in them. If they have 9 eyelets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I count that as a high top. I count that as an Air Jordan 1 high top. The mids, from memory, have 8 eyelets. So the game worn pairs that Michael Jordan has, they have 9 eyelets, so I'm going to count them as high tops. That's how I see it. I know that was brought up in a previous video where I said Michael Jordan never wore the mid cuts. People were saying that he did. My whole argument is that high tops have 9 laces, mids have 8 laces. He wore shoes with 9 eyelets. Come shout at me on Instagram, Twitter, in the comment section. Stirring up the controversy. But yeah, that's probably another video in itself. You know, Michael Jordan wore high tops. Prove me wrong. But yeah, anyway, back to it. It's a cool little height adjustment. Which do I prefer out of the two? I'm more of a high top man. I love my high top sneakers, so I'd probably go with the highs. I'm making it sound like I'm gonna walk down to the local Dior store and buy a pair of high tops in a size US 16 or 17. It's not gonna happen. They're not even gonna release in my size. But if hypothetically Kim Jones called me up and said, "Hey Daniel, I loved your videos. I'm gonna send you a pair. Which one do you want?" I'd probably go with the high tops, but that's all not gonna happen, obviously. Although never say never. Never say never, it could happen. That's all the details that we've got. Unfortunately, there is no retail price set on either of the pairs as of yet. I reckon they're not even going to release that to us until they actually release the sneaker, because one of the major appeals or the major tricks of high-end fashion brands is to not tell you the retail price So when you go into the store and buy them, you kind of just spend the money without even realizing it. It's kind of the tricks of high-end fashion, which is why they usually don't have a lot of tags and stuff on high-end fashion stores. That's at least what I've seen. I could be totally interpreting it wrong, but that's how I see it. So as I said, we may not even get a retail price until they're actually in store, which seems to be the case because we now know the quantity, we don't know the price. So we're getting 8,500 high tops, we're getting 4,700 low cuts. Which one do you guys prefer? Do you prefer the low cuts here, or are you a big fan of the high tops? I know a lot of people aren't a huge fan of the low cut Jordan 1s. People would rather just go with a pair of Air Forces. That's totally fair enough. I like the low cut Jordan 1s because the soles, at least the midsoles, aren't as chonky as Air Force 1s. That's just how I feel. It's a nice like middle ground. But that's just how I feel. But again, in saying that, I would prefer Kim Jones to call me up and send me a high top. Either way, let me know how you feel about it in the comment section below. Is it cool that we're getting a low cut? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Are you going to pick a pair up? I would be very shocked if anyone watching this channel was picking up a pair of these bad boys. I would be stunned. If you are, you got to make an unboxing video. I want to watch it. So yeah, that has been the Air Jordan 1 Low Dior collaboration. Let me know how you feel about it by shouting at me on Instagram, Twitter, or in the comment section below. And that's it, guys. That is everything we've really got to say about the Air DIOR 1 Lows. I mean, hey, I would love to say more. That's all the details that we have. We now know that it's coming out in 4,700 pairs. It's only being released in DIOR stores. It's essentially the exact same as the highs, just minus the height. That's about it. It's a cool sneaker. They didn't really change it too much from the high tops. I didn't think they were going to. Let me know if you're disappointed about that. If you kind of wish that they made a totally different colorway or look, or if you actually like just this low cut version. Let me know how you feel about it either on Twitter, Instagram, or in that comment section below. The link to the article will be in the description section below as well as all the socials. So if you want to follow the Facebook page, the Instagram page, or shout at me on Twitter, everything is down below for you guys. So that has been the DIOR Air Jordan 1 Lows. So until the next DIOR Air Jordan video, until the next streetwear video, guys, until the next sneaker video, I will catch you later.